Hey guys, my name is Anetta, and I am the founder of From the Flames Ministries. I started this podcast called From the Flames. It's basically a place where I share all the things that God has done in my life, how He set me free from witchcraft and drug addiction and abuse and all the things that were dark and heavy in my life. I wrote my book last year in June and I released it. It shares about my whole testimony and how God changed things around. My goal and my heart is that people will be set free and knowing that God can do the impossible. He can do all of these things if you just give Him a chance and surrender your life to Him. I found that once I surrendered my life to Him, even though at first things were still hard, they started getting better. And pretty soon it was like my whole life changed around. I became a missionary. I met my husband and we have 7 kids now. My goal of sharing this testimony and sharing on this podcast is to have a place where people can know that I can be vulnerable and that you can be vulnerable because God wants to heal those places in our hearts. The only way to really get set free from those things, the first step is acknowledging things happen. I had to acknowledge the abuse happened. I had to acknowledge that the things that I had done that hurt God's heart and that hurt me. And then I had to talk to other people about it and get this stuff out. Because if we don't get the things out that are in our heart, they will come out sideways and they can affect us. And God also wants to heal those deep places in our hearts. And he came in and healed me deeply. Even about 3.5 years ago, I went through a full deliverance. And when I did that, God shut those doors that I had opened with the witchcraft and with the addiction. And then He started bringing me a peace that went so deep inside of me. And I was able to find even more freedom in my life. So I just encourage you guys, as you're listening to this podcast, as you're listening to the episodes in the future, that you will have an open mind to what God wants to do in your life and realize that He wants us to just surrender and trust Him. Sometimes it's really hard, especially if you've gone through a lot, to trust God with your heart and with the things that matter to you and with the deep places. But what I've found about God is that He is gentle and that He's loving and He comes into those places very gently, but also with healing so those places in your heart can be set free. I know like a lot of times I was looking outside of Him to fill those places in my heart. And every time things fell short. The drugs fell short. The witchcraft fell short. All the things that I did that fell short. The crystals, the new age stuff, the palm reading, the tarot cards, all of it just fell short of what God had for me. My biggest thing is letting God have those places in my heart and letting Him fill me with His peace and with His presence. I just want to encourage you guys, if you haven't let God have areas of your life, just to let Him have those places and give Him a chance. If you don't know Jesus, give Him a chance. I was trying to find all these things outside of the one true God. Like I said, I went to crystals, I went to boys, I went to drugs and witchcraft and Satanism, all these things. Jesus was the only one that was able to heal those places in my heart. He was the only one that was able to bring peace to my heart. He's the only one that was able to deliver me from the fear because I was living in fear constantly. He's the only one that was able to set me free from all of it. He can set anybody free if they're willing to just say, hey, God, I can't do this anymore. I remember one point I just said, God, if you're real, I need you to show me. That was when I got sober, actually. Just give Him a chance. He wants to show off in your life. He wants to show you that He can do the impossible, that He can take your life and completely turn it around if you'll give Him a chance. We're going to go on this journey together. We're going to learn about how God can be faithful in your life through just me sharing these testimonies, but also you guys being able to share what your testimonies are, and us just being able to share like how good God is, because it says we do overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. So our testimonies are so powerful, and they show that God is real, and they show that He can give hope to people. So I just hope you guys have an amazing day, and that you realize that you are loved, you are accepted, and that God has really good plans for you.